Start your Hey, good day, everyone. This is Panama Crosstalk. We're on another episode here, and I'm Eric, and on the other side of the screen is Jeff.
That's me.
What's happening, man? What's going on?
Man, it's just a Mother's Day Sunday. And so we're going to talk to all the mothers and all the mothers who fathers too.
Right. True
Yeah.
that. Man, I see you in a different location right there. You up in the spot, huh?
Yeah, Daiquiri 23, man. Look, we got to make sure we utilize every ounce of what we have here at Daiquiri 23, even if it's just to broadcast a new podcast.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's it. The spot all up in there. You got that new Henny up in there, huh?
Oh yeah, man. Got that cognac.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes,
Shoot, I
sir.
think I think our last conversation we was hitting on some different things and mentioned some lawyer stuff. I wanted you to kind of elaborate a little bit on that for folks and what the importance of finding the right attorney and to start you on this whole new journey and making sure it's done properly and that you have some input in there.
Yes. Mainly it's coming to Panama, you need one thing to get started, and that's a good lawyer, or a lawyer that actually is going to get you started. But now that I've been here for a while and I've seen and heard all the stories and, about the different pricing that different lawyers are charging, I think it's so important for people to understand that pricing, it should be level. I don't care who you go with or what services that you go with. You don't want to hear later on that your $2,500 price to get a pension out of Visa was double what the actual regular price should be. So you don't want to hear that story from nobody else. But that's something that's been going around. So here we are in Panama, our new place of choice to come. And you need a lawyer to do your immigration paperwork, period. There's no way around that. And you want one that's about their business, that know what to do, whatever your situation is, whether you are a retiree or whether you are a digital nomad, or you can work remotely, you're still working, and you have to get a certain type of visa in order to come a friendly nation visa or whatever, a business visa. No, not a business visa, but you have to open up a business, buy real estate in order to get your visa process started, what that looks like, what the time frame looks like. You need somebody with experience overall in terms of immigration. You don't need to go to this lawyer here thinking that they know how to get you your business established and filing your business documents in order for you to apply for a visa, or you need to buy a residence in order to get the process started and how long that's going to take. They need to know what services that you need, and they need to be professional and expert at those areas. And a lot of them are not experts in all areas of the different visas and what the requirements are. They have to get back to you. But find a good professional lawyer that knows all the aspects of the different visas, the requirements, and how long it's going to take you, because you need to know time specifics, because you're selling property back in the U.S. You're trying to pack up and see what you need to bring to Panama. You got all this logistic stuff that you got to do. And then you got to figure out your banking. You got to figure out so many other things that it's not an overnight process. And you need to know what right looks like.
Right. Yeah. One thing I see also is I know it's a huge move and there's a lot of things on your mind, but people really need to be active in this process. They need to be asking their attorney many questions. And if an attorney gets frustrated because you're asking these questions, then that's probably not the attorney for you. You got to choose the right who's going to vibe with you and how you want to do things. I see a lot of people just have so much stress on them with the move, with trying to do stuff with their house and all that, that they just say pretty much, here, just I just want to get my visa, take
Yeah,
care of it. And then they're missing all these steps and what's going on because they're not being active. They're not asking enough questions. And even down in the immigration office, they just sit back and the attorney's up at the window saying stuff and they're talking about you and you're not being part of that process. Go up to that window, be active. And what's going on? Have them explain to you what's going on now. What step is being taken next? I mean,
exactly.
yeah, ask questions, folks. Ask plenty of questions because I found even with dealing with an attorney here that when you start asking a lot of questions, they start getting kind of uncomfortable. Like, hey, this is what I need to know. You're paying
Right.
them, so have them answer your questions and fill them out. It's supposed to be a match between both of you. You guys got to be you're like, hey, I feel comfortable with them enough. Otherwise, don't use that person. So
This is a contract relationship that you have with them.
mm,
So you got to hold them accountable because what their bottom line is holding you accountable to pay the fee that they're asking for. So I did this when I came here. Me having a certain background, not to go into detail with it, but I know to get a contract. I actually asked if you telling me what it's going to cost me to get my visa process and my pensionado visa, give me a document in contract is what you're going to charge me for and what my price is going to be. That way I'll pay you exactly what I owe you.
mhm.
And I had that signed by them and me. But how about after the process, 2.5 months later, I get another invoice for $500
How
from
you
the
do?
same lawyer.
Wow.
And so again, I pulled out the document that I had them to sign, what my fees were going to be. If you missed something, that's your fault.
Mm, yeah.
But it was for translating this and translating that. And they had a $500 fee on it, man. And so I'm sitting up there saying, that wasn't the agreement. Here's the agreement. And I showed it to them. They had already been paid in full. And that was the end of it. They had nothing else to do with me. Nothing else.
Mm,
Because I held them accountable. And that's what people are going through as well. You get your bottom line basic amount, but then they don't add all these auxiliary charges on that they have to charge you to
right.
translate this and do this and do that and do that. And then by the time that you done got a la carted up to $2,000+.
That fine print out of cart, out of cart. Yeah,
Yeah,
like that. Yeah. Hey,
yeah,
I didn't pay for that. I didn't, yeah.
exactly. I didn't eat that. So
Yeah.
again, uh, our ignorance in what they can do to us allows them to charge us more than fair market.
Yeah. And
And
they're looking at that. They're looking to see how involved you are in this process. If you don't ask enough questions, they'll they'll do all kind of different stuff. And if you don't do exactly what you did and had that in the contract, this is everything you're including, then you won't have anything to go back on to show them no, this is not how it should be here, and I'm not paying that. So
yeah, you're paying for the easy button way to get your documents done. You look at them and say, I'm hiring you to do this, and 100%, I shouldn't have to touch it. I shouldn't have to inquire about it. That's like investing your money, and you don't even look at what kind of issues are causing you to lose money. You don't do that.
man,
Stay engaged.
yeah,
Get
yeah,
involved in the process. And I'm gonna tell you the other reason why. Because if someone else asks you, hey, well, how did it go for you? And you're sitting up there saying, duh, 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 because you can't answer the question because you weren't involved in the process of really getting your visa to be a permanent resident in Panama. Stay engaged because you're going to help somebody else later, just like what we're doing right now.
yeah, right. And even though, guys, you don't speak Spanish, a lot of all your papers are being translated. Ask for copies of those. That's your right. Ask for copies of those papers. With today's technology, you can get that, scan it, and you can have it translated and seeing what exactly the original was from the translated version also too, if you need to. Make sure you see that.
The other thing I want to add before we go on to the next thing is that when you get a lease, you need a lawyer to look at that lease to make sure that you're not signing and obligating yourself to maintenance that's not typically your responsibility.
Right.
So you need to know this because they're slipping things into contracts that actually is the owner responsibility, but you're sitting up there signing it because you want a place to live, not knowing that that's not the typical lease that you would sign, but they're saying that, oh, you don't know any better. So they're going to make you responsible for their responsibilities at your expense. And this has happened to several people. And then, you know, they get caught.
Close to home right there because, yeah, my brother told me about something he had to do. And I'm like, oh, man, but yeah, he slipped it in the lease. And, you know, he's great with contracts, but when you come in hot like he did, we'll talk about that. But he came in hot. He's like, he had to get out of the States, boy. He's like, shoot, there's an inauguration going on, and I ain't gonna be here for it. So
exactly.
But yeah, guys, just be active. And I know it's a lot on your plate. Believe me, I see it a lot. Jeff's down there full time. He sees it all the time. So just you know, be part of it. Just
the process is trust but verify everything.
That's right, man. Trust and verify. So that's how Panama is. It's fluent. It's like a river. It's always flowing. It's always changing. Laws are always changing. So just be aware. And
but that doesn't make it bad. That doesn't make make Panama bad. We're just giving you the facts.
Yeah.
It's still a great place. We're just giving you the facts.
And you know, if this is your move, like I said before in the last episode, you just got to dial it down, man. Just got to slow everything down and just kind of go with the flow, because there's no need of getting upset about it. You save yourself so much stress that's decreased from just going with the flow. Bending like Gumby. That's how you have to do it. You got to bend like Gumby, baby.
That's it. There we go.
You know
what we got next, man?
We get asked this all the time, man. And we see it through different expats, Europeans, about some of the protests that go on. What's your feeling on that? Because I think we was talking last, and you was on the phone. I'm like, man, what are you doing? I gotta go back inside, man. You was telling me that stuff burning my eyes. It's like there's a protest around the corner. You said, man, this is what you was going off. It's like this is worse than Afghanistan. Like I'm getting how do you deal with that?
Well, again, just understand that they're fighting for something that's worthy of fighting for. Mm-hmm. And, you know, we just have to be patient and let that take its course, because we're not part of the process, but we're in the middle of the process and seeing it in real time. Mm-hmm. This is something that they're very passionate about. Mm-hmm. And you welcome that because of the environment that we actually come from, the toxic environment, as mm-hmm. where that we can do something, ain't nothing you can do nothing about. But these folks over here say, okay, you do that, we're going to do this. We're going to shut down the schools. We're going to shut down the streets. We're going to shut down some things that's going to affect your everyday life. And all of us are caught up in it, expats and locals alike. They're caught up in it. You might sit in traffic for an hour because you got protests there and you're trying to get somewhere in 10 minutes. That ain't going to happen. You trying to catch an Uber. It keeps getting canceled. So, again, these are things that you have to be aware of. Stay in tune with the community, and you'll know what time the protest is going to start. And if you need to get out early, go out there and get it early. Get it in.
Exactly, man. This is one thing I do not understand. I hear a lot of people that live in the Vid and the Boquete area wanting to travel and go somewhere. Oh, they're blocking the highway. They're just like, why don't you guys leave at 6 a.m.? You know, leave be on the road. Be past all that, so you don't have to deal with it. I mean, there's some choices. And if you're in a city, you know, it was one day I was talking with my brother, and we was like in an Uber, and there was a protest, and the smoke was up in the front of the street. I was like, man, what's going on, man? We was looking around, and it was packed. I said, see, man, this is why I want you to get you a SUV, because you go right over this median. People start trying to go over the median. I'm like, we in a low profile car. I'm like, see, they getting out of here. They turn around because they could go over the median. And then we start getting closer and closer to. They had one little side, 3 lanes of traffic going one direction, one little side to the right. So all these 3 lanes were trying to go this way.
Yeah.
I'm like, why are they just trying to push through? My mind was like, why don't you just try to go straight and just keep? Man, these cats have boulders out there.
Yeah.
Boulders, big boulders in the street. I'm like, woo.
Yes, sir. Yes,
but
sir.
This is how they believe in what they believe in. They're fighting for like the Social Security stuff and not raising the age limit and stuff like that. I'm like, hey, that's a part of life. Look at what's happening in the States. There was over 50. There was about 48 states, I believe, were all protesting. Don't mess with my Social Security. Don't mess with it. So, hey, look, man, it's part of life. Except Central America and South America have been doing it for decades. So let them do their thing.
The thing too is this. This is what I love about Panama. When there's a protest and you can't catch Uber or anything like that, stay out of the yellow cabs as much as possible, unless you have a relationship with someone that is a cab operator. Mm-hmm. Most things are walkable.
Yeah.
You don't have to take an Uber unless you're in some kind of a medical situation where walking is not an option. But if you can walk, you're within a mile from someplace, you can walk down, get your little steps in, get your little exercise on, and walk right on back.
Exactly. Now, I was checking that morning because we was actually going to be dropping my brother's dog off at the sitters, and we was already in the Uber, so I was like, well, just go ahead, man, go down to El Congrejo. Normally, I would have looked, and then I would have took the train, because then that train bypasses all that.
Yeah.
And we would have been cool, but we didn't want to go back to the house and then get another Uber and then go and then do that. But in hindsight, that's what it was. We got through it. I think we waited like 20 minutes as our Uber guy was aggressive. I was like, So he was like, he was reading through in that little car. I'm like, man, tear your stuff up. Let's get us there. All right, man. Gave him a good tip, and we was in and out of there. But that's what I say. It is what it is. So so
look, since we're talking about Uber, some of these people back in the States, they don't realize how cheap Uber is. Maybe $2 or $3 to catch an Uber one place. $2, $3 to catch it back to your apartment or whatever if you're going out somewhere. And so that's a great thing about being in Panama, is that Ubers are not as expensive, and you're sitting up there saying, wow, it cost me $25 when I'm in the States to go this far,
And I remember just having to use a cab back in the day. That's all that was there. And you had to. I would always ask someone, I'm going here, ¿cuánto cuesta? How much is it going to be?
Right.
Yeah, because man, those cabbies used to just take advantage of Expats big time back in the day.
It's still that way. It's still that way.
I haven't been in one since, but and one thing about the Uber has changed since Uber's been down there. Man, their algorithm has changed like multiple times. You can look at a price. I say, if you have plans on going there, keep that app open. Don't close it, because if you close it and you're going, you want to go and you open it back up, that price now it's like $2 more.
Yeah.
So keep your app open, and set your screen to not to time out.
Yeah.
Because if it closes out, I noticed the price then like boom, $2 more. I'm like, what? And then in 15 minutes, let's say you want to take a shower. Yeah. And then like I'm gonna go down such and such, go to the mall. You look at that, man, the price may be like $14 for normally is normally like a $243, $283 range. So Uber's did some stuff with their algorithms because of just how many people are using them. Panamanians are using them, but definitely, expats use Ubers all the time. So be careful with that algorithm, how it'd be jumping. So
and the public transportation system is getting better and better. The metro,
clean.
35 cents to get a metro ride to go to the mall, go to the airport. So there's just certain things that you're going to save money on. People have decided, I don't need a car because the price of a car and the maintenance, the gas, and all the things and insurance. I can take an Uber and save money and just budget $200 a month. Your car payment or your maintenance or your gas or something like that may cost you more unless you don't drive it.
Right. Right.
And then people come down here paying cash for vehicles, cash for homes, and what have you. Don't you know that stuff is financeable just like it is in the States? So people don't understand what their options are when they come here. They're thinking that they have to pay cash for everything. I know we didn't jumped into this, but it marries right into what we're talking about, the economics of being in Panama. You got to know what is available to you so that you can make good decisions like you would be able to make back in the U.S. No, there's not a beacon score here. There is a credit system here. There's all types of things that's available for you to give you the same comforts, the same options. But most people don't know about it, and not very many people talk about it. I use all the venues that I'm talking about in order to do what I'm doing in Panama. Being a business owner is not easy. It's not for everybody. And if I had really time to think about it, maybe I wouldn't have been so into my challenge ways, because I love a challenge now. I've never ran from a challenge. I don't care how big the fight is, or you telling me I'm gonna lose, man. I'm David. I'm taking on Goliath, baby.
With that slingshot, boy. Woo!
Yes, sir. I ain't got no gun, baby, but I tell you what, if I get a hold of it, it's gonna hurt.
Yeah, I mean, things can be challenging. Like I know, like a lot of the veterans down know that you can't do your VA loan. No, VHS, none of that's down in that country. But banks now will. You go through a little bit more paperwork down there, but you can get a 30-year loan. I don't know about 20-year, but
initially, everything that you do initially sets the playing field going forward. Because I've never had to fill out a credit application in Panama. Not one time. Not for a Visa card. Not for a car loan. Not for an installment loan. I never had to fill it out. Either you're approved, and you don't get disapproved because you're not applying for anything unless you're forcing your way to apply for something. But I've never had to apply for everything, because when you verify your income coming in with the banks and what have you, they know what you make. That's your lifetime income, and they know that there are no broke people from America coming to Panama to live. There's nobody on welfare coming to Panama receiving a welfare check from the United States to live in Panama. Right. You are a working class, productive citizen of the United States that allows you the benefits of coming to Panama. And so, yes, there are people here living on Social Security alone. Me and you, we have different revenues of retirement that come in every month, but we do have people living in Panama just on their Social Security.
Right. And it's definitely doable. I see that a lot when you just talking about that. There's the American lifestyle and there's the Panamanian lifestyle. And when I look at some of the newer, like condo units, some of them are kind of small to me. When I stayed in quite a few of the condos, the Panamanian style ones, and man, they are huge. I mean, people really got to start. Have your realtor show you some of these Panamanian condos, man, because other than the lack of amenities, which I understand, you got your pool, you got you'll have you got your gyms, nice gyms and stuff like that. But some of them definitely have pools. They may not have gyms, but they're spacious. And
it's just the concept. The older units are always bigger.
Yeah,
but the older units also have a benefit that the newer ones normally don't have. Your utilities in a newer one is going to be higher, even though it's supposed to be more energy efficient than the older units, older high rises that have more space, that have everything that you're comfortable with, but yet and still the newer ones are smaller. And there's nothing wrong with that, because most people at our age is downsizing anyway.
Yeah.
My
thing is with some of the older ones, I love the balconies. You got room to do you got some space. Them newer ones, you turn around, you can barely have enough room to turn around on, and depending on how high you are, man, you don't want to be messing around. I mean, shoot, I don't know if I got older, I never was had any kind of fears of heights or anything, but I remember one time staying in an Airbnb in San Francisco district. The whole wall was glass, and you walk on the other side of the bed. I mean, you think I had vertigo or something, man. I got wobbly, falling on the bed like I was gonna fall out the window or something, man. I was like, so you know,
But that, like you were saying there, the balcony. Hey, if you like to barbecue, throw something on the grill every now and then.
exactly.
See, you have that access.
And you can do that in the older buildings. You can't do that in a lot of the newer condos. You can't have no
Exactly.
grill. So
Exactly. So all of you cures out there,
yeah,
you take that word that we giving you. You ain't getting nothing smoky in
yeah.
a newer build, but you
Oh,
can still keep grilling.
yeah,
When you come here, man. And I ain't
yeah,
talking about no George Foreman grill either.
yeah. Heck yeah, no George Foreman grill. I'm talking about putting that grill out there, man. Get the Weber out there and throw you some ribs up on that bad boy. Make you some jerk chicken or something, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Do your thing.
Yeah, shoot. Man, what kind of plans you had going on there at the DAC 23? I know you had some kind of African days or something going on. What's kicking off?
This week is African Fashion Week, so we want to try to get people to come in here with their African wear, and celebrate and do some things like that with us. But the main thing is, I had to reinvent myself in how I approached DACA 23's marketing and what we're doing. We have to get back to what we opened up for. We are a restaurant, sports bar, casual spot where you meet and greet people. We have an outside terrace and what have you. And so our focus now is on our restaurant and our drinks, not so much event driven, but we still have meetups where people can come here, meet and greet each other, meet new expats, meet new people that have been here in Panama for years, but they don't get out in the social realms because they're not out here on rooftops. They're not out here taking Instagram selfies and things like that. This is their home. So they just like a casual outing every now and then
Right.
to meet new people. People been here 10 years and say, man, I've never been over here yet. I haven't been over here yet because the opportunity wasn't there for them to do. But now with all the new expats coming in, they're getting excited about meeting some of the people coming from the States that, they want to just make new friends because before that it wasn't available because there wasn't a lot of people coming over here like it is now. And now there's so many of us coming over here in their age bracket and what have you that really makes for good community and, get together. They ain't played spades or beer whiz in a long time or
Right.
talked a lot of trash like they normally would. They done lost that. And now they can get that fire going again.
Yeah, there you go. Get down there, play some cards, aces, play cribbage.
Domino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want
Domino.
dominoes. Yeah,
Yeah.
slapping them bones down on the table.
There you go. And get loud. They ain't got to be quiet. They can get loud.
Yeah, there you
It
go.
ain't nobody gonna tell them, oh, hey, calm down over there. No, this is how we do it.
Yeah, yeah. And I
Yeah.
know what you was asked before about people having different events. Panama City has a huge Jewish population there, which I don't think a lot of people know how large that the population is there, and Irish people and Canadian. I mean, you have the kitchen there, man. So I mean, people can have Irish day and a Greek day. There's
Yeah.
tell people that how open you are with the different events,
Yes.
different
From
nationalities.
day one, when I opened up this business here, I knew it wasn't going to be all about Daiquiri 23 or all about Jeff Carter. I knew that this spot was supposed to be for the community, the people that want to create a community in Panama, where we've got different people with different ideas, different businesses that they don't have a physical location. I'm like, hey, come over here. Let's talk. Let's see how we can get you going and maybe build you up where maybe you want to invest in a physical location at some time in the future. But everybody can't do what has been done by myself because only a few of us have done it here. And there's reason for that. If you think that your apartment that's $1,200, $1,500, $2,000 a month, what do you think that we are paying for a commercial establishment, a commercial brick and mortar here? and you're paying that much there. You think we're paying $500 a month? You think we're paying $2,000 a month?
Yeah.
Keep going, double it, and sometimes more than that. And so when people think that it's so cheap to be here, think about what you're paying in a resident, and then what people and businesses are paying to actually open a business. But at the same time, this business here was never about anything but building a community, a place for people to come and feel a little bit of what it's like to be in Panama, and then being able to have a comfortable space to go to and do what's familiar to them in Panama. And that's meet and greet other people that's just like-minded like you, have the same ideals and what comfort looks like to them. And they don't have to be quiet because they don't speak Spanish or what have you, or they have to watch TV and it's only in Spanish. We have both. We have Spanish TV. We have, Latino music. We have our regular R&B music. We have all the music here. Yeah, there you go. There you go. So I think that there's a wrong conception of when a person opens a business, it's for the community that they're serving. It has nothing to do with who wants to come, who wants to bring their friends and family and what have you to enjoy an evening out or a day and just meet and greet good people in the process.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. That's all.
Yeah. And it's all right there, folks. So, there's lots of great things, lots of great ways to reinvent yourself when you come down to Panama, and just get out there, be part of the community, come out of your condo, come out of the house, go out of your expat community and truly get out there and live the kind of lifestyle that you deserve, because you worked all those years. It's time for you to relax. It's sort of like the other couple that's on there that do YouTube videos. As he says, he states that he's in the fourth quarter. You're in the fourth quarter of your life. I like that saying. You're from Texas. What's their I forget their handle. They go by both of their Deb and is it?
Oh, okay. You talking about Cedric and his wife Cass?
Yeah. But people have to realize that they are in the that fourth quarter. They're here to to enjoy their life. And it takes time. Have you some hobbies. Get out and walk. I mean, I know I do more walking down there than you can shake a stick at, but your body acclimates to it as it does the weather. I mean, it's no big transition for me because I'm not coming up from the north. I'm just coming from Florida back and forth. So we already got the humidity. So Panama's humidity is a little different, I'll tell you that, but it's very similar to Florida. So I don't have that big transition when I keep going back and forth. But don't take
very healthy, healthy.
Yeah.
The climate here is very healthy for us. Healthy for your blood pressure, your skin tone. Everything starts to work naturally. You're going to be regular when you come here now. Don't think that coming here doesn't have a benefit and you used to worry about, man, I can't go to the bathroom. No. In Panama, you're going to be regular. So, get ready to detox.
I'm telling you what, man, and it feels good coming from somebody who has issues back here in the States, man. It takes more than, I think by day 5, everything is on the slow train. But when I'm down there, my system operates as it should. I was just walking by, looking at some Breeze hamburger buns that have been sitting up there, still fresh after 3 weeks. Come on, man. Your body is not geared to process that kind of synthetic stuff. But stuff goes bad quick there, because they don't have all those preservatives in there.
Exactly.
You buy you some meat and you think that shit, excuse my language, but you think it's gonna last a while. But that
might slip out on you.
Yeah, that can go bad on you in 3 days, man. So eating clean there. I mean, I know my brother is under 200 pounds. He has not been under that since probably the days in the Army, you know. So you just
And
feel
just
healthier.
just like what you're saying, my natural weight is like 200, but man, I'm down to like 185. Man, I'm like, it's not that I'm used to the 2, you know, and I thought I looked pretty decent at 2, but you know, again, at 185, man, I'm feeling light. I'm
There
feeling
you
kind of
go.
light.
Yeah, get that little spring in your step, huh?
I don't know about that. But I feel kind of light, man. I think people are going to enjoy that part of being in Panama as well, the health factor. And, you know, I know that we're at the end of this episode here, but, you know, we'll pick back up on that, you know, the health issues that people are having when they come here, pre-existing conditions and what have you. But, you know, I tell you, you're going to love it because it's a change that's natural. It doesn't cost you anything extra. It's just you wake up and start living.
Yeah, it just starts happening. You start seeing it and you start feeling it. So enjoy it. So guys, we'd like to thank you for tuning in to us. And tune in for our next one. I don't know exactly what day we'll do that. We haven't really nailed that down yet, but it'll be coming soon. Just hit that notification bell so you get notified when we do let one loose. And we look forward to talking with you guys soon again.
Yeah, definitely. This is who we are in Panama.
All right, guys. Peace and love.